Thank the gentleman. Chair, and I recognize the gentleman from Connecticut, Mr. Courtney.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And again, I just want to follow up on Mr. Smith's opening comments about the need for the department and Congress to continue to collaborate at the highest level possible. I want to spend a minute on shipbuilding, which Mr. Potter is obviously got a lot of really outstanding experience. In my opinion, the industrial base is actually expanding right now. The industrial base funding, which Congress started in 2018, initially as the SIB and now is the MIB, the Maritime Industrial Base. We're now seeing in Alabama, South Carolina, Florida, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, strategic outsourcing and new shipyard growth in every one of those areas there for steel fabrication that, again, is shifting man hours for the Virginia and Columbia class program, which is critically necessary. The MIB, in my opinion, has been a real success story because it's very agile. It's a direct reporting program and, obviously fully accountable to the department and to us. That, again, have been funding it at a very high level. I would note, Mr. Secretary, that last week when we did the NDAA, there was a bipartisan amendment that restricted the use of funds to move the MIB from its present organizational location. There is obviously lots of chatter that it may get moved to NAVSE, which, again, without any consultation with any of us who, and Mr. Potter knows this, have been directly involved in the plus-up of industrial base investment going back 7 years in terms of this possible move. Again, I have the highest respect for Admiral Downey. He's just an outstanding leader at NAVSE, but they have a full portfolio in terms of the work that they're already doing, and basically stopping the MIB to shift it to a new organization, and then basically have a totally different sort of mechanism for, again, that kind of investment, which I just described for the different shipyards. In my opinion, that's the opposite of the SPEED Act. So again, I would ask you today just to commit to the fact that Congress, obviously through the amendment, which Mr. Whitman and I supported last week, has definitely strong investment and intent in terms of this area, and hopefully that you will consult with us before any final decision is made.
Thank you for bringing it to my attention, and certainly receive your input, and we'll work with Mr. Potter and the team and consult with you before anything is finalized.
Right. Mr. Potter, did you want to?
I agree, Congressman.
Thank you, sir. So, Mr. Secretary, in terms of the co-production discussion that was happening earlier, which again I think is something that's very, I think the appetite amongst our allies is very high right now, obviously because of Putin and what's happening in the Indo-Pacific. The AUKUS agreement, which again Congress authorized 2 years ago, in my opinion, is the sort of perfect model for co-production. In the authorities that we enacted, we knocked down all the defense export controls that has the ITAR inhibitions to co-production and acquisition now are fully cleared for both the UK and Australia. This morning, the Australian government announced the second down payment in the AUKUS commitment that they made of $800 million. That takes the tally up to $1.6 billion that Australia is going to be investing in our industrial base. Again, there's a review going on, which is totally fair game, with a new administration. But I have to tell you, we wrote a letter, a bipartisan letter, supporting AUKUS from this committee. The Select Committee on China a couple days ago did exactly the same thing, Republican and Democrat, supporting AUKUS. We're not getting a lot of visibility in terms of this process. And I would just, reiterate, well, I've got you here. Again, you want to talk about joint production of unmanned systems with, Anduril in Australia, some of the, again, investment that they just announced into our country. We had to pass a law to allow them to send us money, which shows the depth of their commitment to that process. That, again, hopefully people are listening that there's high interest and intent to make it work. If there's improvements that the review is going to put forward, I think we would embrace them. But to sort of, again, stop it or retard it would be a huge mistake. And with that, I yield back.